Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? This right here is the 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, and I'm gonna give you guys an outside walk around, an inside tour, and in this video, we're gonna find out if you should take this or the Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison. All right guys, so let's start with the wheel package, because the ZR2 Bison has 35-inch wheel tires, on 18-inch wheels. This one has a 33-inch tire package on these 18-inch wheels. Those are beadlock capable, these are not. But again, a wheel package is something you can easily modify yourself. I don't know if you can fit clear fully a 35-inch tires on this package. It's not designed to do that, but obviously with some modifications, you can. If you take a closer look kind of on the suspension here real quick, Ethan, you can see the billet upper control arms is really cool. Fox internal bypass shocks right there. Compared to, let's say, like the ZR2 Bison, which has the Multimatic shocks with the hydraulic bump stops, which you do not get on this. So that's a really unique hardware advantage that has over this. But let's hop inside and show you the comparison on this TRD Pro versus the ZR2 Bison. All right guys, so going inside, I think the TRD Pro really takes the cake on the interior compared to the ZR2 Bison, because it is significantly improved compared to the other grade levels on the lineup. Starting with these seats, you get this one has the black technical camo with the TRD placard right here, which is super cool. ISO dynamic seats, these things will help absorb shock, make it a lot more comfortable. You just don't get that anywhere in the segment. So that's super cool. Going inside, talk about the rest of the materials. Similar plastics up top to what you see on like a Colorado. I'm not gonna really hate on that. Your shelving up here, which is really cool. Toyota lettering, carbon fiber. Unique trim, which you even see unique to the ZR2. They have a unique trim package. Huge glove box here. But this is kind of the big factor, I feel like, why you get this. Large 14-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Amazing system. Kind of straight off the Tundra, which is really cool to see. On the ZR2 Bison, you don't get as large of a screen as this one. Coming down here, you have your dual zone climate controls, heated and ventilated seats, all your AC controls here, nice physical buttons. You get a wireless charger, and they show you the wattage, 245 individual USB ports, 45 watts, or you get one of them, which put 52.5 watts, and that's super cool to see. You have your 12 volt over there, and taking a step back here, this is the bread and butter. Your sway bar disconnect right there, rear locker, 360 surround view camera system, and then your trailer backup assist right there. And then going on to here, this is your drive mode selector and transfer case controls. It's super cool because it's dynamic. Depending on what button you press, tow haul, MTS, DAC, crawl, and then drive mode, you press that and this knob turns into the knob for each of those respective modes. Super cool that it's a dynamic knob. And then if I press the side button right here, I'm gonna take like a top view. If I press the side button right here, that's your transfer case controls. So a different interface than the Colorado. I like this. It's very modular, it's very clean. Up top, you get your brake hold, park, and then going over here, you have your trailer brake, which is super cool. Going on the center console, similar friction hinge setup that you get on the Colorado, which is nice to see. That one had a deeper storage compartment than this, but on the back here, you get cup holders, and the same thing with the front, but you don't get that telephone slot that you get, a little slot in between the cup holders like you do on the Colorado. Let's hop onto the driver's side and see what you get there. So going on the driver's side, guys, you get this beautiful perforated leather wrapped steering wheel that is heated. You get your center 12 o'clock marker right there, which is a nice touch. And then all your controls over here, TRD badging. It's a very beefy, very nice steering wheel. And then you get your large edge-to-edge digital gauge cluster. That's kind of the same across the board between both models, that and the Colorado. But this one, you get a heads-up display, which is super cool to see that right there. That's great, you do not get that on a Colorado. And then going on the side here, what's really cool, obviously you have your light controls, all that basic stuff, tailgate controls. You get 3 auxiliary switches, where on a Colorado you only get 1. And coming down here, you have your tailgate light, and then the TRD light bar, which you can engage with the press of a button right there. So that's super cool to see. Going on to the door panel, I think this is where like Tacoma really just starts to continue its advantage. Super nice. You get all these like loops so you can hook up your equipment. This is pre-production plastic, so just bear with me. It's not the finished material. So if you're looking at why does it look so cheap, it's prototype plastic. It's used on a lot of pre-production models. JBL sound system, nice door pockets over there, really big, larger than the door pockets of a Colorado. And then just really nice leather treatment with a TRD Pro, that faux carbon fiber treatment, and the leather up here, even on the armrest. So I think the door panel really is a very nice, practical, as well as looks really, really good too. Let's hop into the back seat, because people were complaining about rear legroom. Let's check that out. People were worried about rear legroom. I'm 5'8", so I'm not the tallest guy out there. I'm considered short by social media standards. And this seat setup, so I can sit here pretty comfortably, and I am, I got some decent knee room. It's really within the cavity here. So anywhere left to right, you're gonna be hitting the housing for this ISO dynamic seat. but that's just the trade-off. Even the Colorado legroom was not impressive back here. This jeopardizes it some more because of the unique seats, but other models won't get that. So it's just something that you can consider when optioning out or which grade level you want to pick. You don't get a armrest or cup holders here. Would have liked to see that. You do get a power sliding rear glass, where on the Colorado it's a manual sliding rear glass, so keep that in mind. And then it's pretty simple back here. You just get your USB-C ports, and that's pretty much it. Look at the door pockets. Actually, let's look at the back of the isodynamic seats here real quick. Let me explain to you how they work. You have, you know, two gauges here, because you basically fill up these dampers with air, like a bike tire. Basically, you remove the valve stem, hook it up, fill up, and then you adjust once for lateral and once for forward aft motion. And then if you want to disable it, you can just flick these knobs here. It turns it on or off. If you just want a normal seat, you can adjust that on the fly. Super cool to see that. And honestly, I think that's awesome that you can customize these to your liking, to your preference, and they're gonna have a table which explains, depending on your weight, what pressures they recommend to get optimal, you know, isolation from, you know, off-road bumps and stuff like that, to really give you the most control and confidence when off-roading this vehicle. So super cool to see that, and this is kind of as close as we're gonna see until this thing's actually launched. With that, let's hop under the hood of the Tacoma and talk about it real quick. Under the hood, you get the iForce Max turbocharged 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine and a hybrid motor connected to it in a similar architecture like the Tundra. So it's engine, motor, transmission, and it makes 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. That's more power than the Colorado and more torque. And then you get the hybridization, which is nice. You get that low end torque from the electric motor, which is super cool. I think this, I mean, when we go to drive it, obviously we'll tell, but I have a feeling this one will outperform what we're seeing on the Colorado today. Even though people aren't liking the 4-cylinder, they want the V6, you know, I think for now, this is kind of the way to go. And I really feel like we're gonna be impressed by this powertrain when it does come out. Let's close the hood real quick. Actually, and unique to the TRD Pro is this TRD intake, which has this nice, you know, branding up here, red routing for your plumbing, basically, your tubes right there, and that's super cool. But yeah, let me close this up here real quick. Awesome. But let's talk about the design. We have to talk about how this thing looks. Hood scoop, not functional, just like past Tacoma TRD Pro, so you're not gonna see that here. This one has that Terra paint color, which looks really cool, especially with the black accenting. I think that color match really looks cool. Gloss black here, the kind of gunmetal gray on the Toyota lettering, camera up front here as part of that 360 surround view camera, and then down here are your rigid LED fog lights that can, you know, turn into white. On that Trailhunter, you can have it white or yellow. I'm sure you guys know that. Let's take a lower look here. This is plastic. I think people are gonna probably remove this or put some metal guards around here. And then metal skid plate with TRD Pro, TRD stamped in there. Very thick. It's aluminum for in this case, whereas on the ZR2 Bison, you get boron steel, hot stamps, boron steel skid plates. It's a different material. I think in this thickness, you get an equivalent level of protection. So that's kind of like you want either really thick aluminum or you can get thinner steel sheet metal. So basically they perform about the same. It's just what material you prefer, and you can switch these out however you want in the aftermarket. Let's come along the side here. LED headlights, all new for 2024. And they got this nice little attention to detail right here with the TRD Pro. That's super cool. And then my favorite part, I feel like, of the design is the wide fenders, gloss black, look really cool. I feel like if you actually take this thing off-road, this can get like fully like kind of all pinstripes and stuff like that, which is, it is what it is. And then we already showed wheel package. So actually, let's keep going. Blacked out mirror caps, you get blacked out window surrounds, blacked out door handles, just a lot of black accenting. And then let's go to the truck bed real quick, because I mean, with the press of this button here, it's a power tailgate, up and down. You don't get that on the Colorado ZR2. You don't get anything fancier as far as like storage like you would on the Colorado. You do get a good amount of tie downs, not as much, I believe, as a Colorado. And I think even if I go to, actually no, as far as truck bed goes, it's a 5-foot truck bed. It's the only setup you can get on the TRD Pro. You can get a 6-foot truck bed on the other grade levels. So Colorado does not have that compared to this. And I think if I go to nudge this up here, it goes up the rest of the way. Super cool feature. And then obviously we have to talk about the design back here. TRD Pro stamped, looks super mean, super aggressive. And this one has the ARB metal rear bumper, which is cool, with the red recovery hooks. And that's super nice to see. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up here. If you guys have any other questions, I'll try my best to answer them in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.